right. Excellent. Well, welcome everybody. My name is Mrs. Michaels. I'm your third grade teacher this year, and I am so excited for us to get going. Let's get started with our presentation. All right. You can see me. If there's any questions at any point, just feel free to interrupt me and let me know. All right, welcome to third grade, everybody. I'm so glad to have you here. A little bit about me. This is a picture of my family. This is my fourth year here at teaching. This is my third year at Sacred Heart. Yes. Are you able to see? Any questions? Okay, so sorry, thought I heard somebody. We'll keep going. Just looking forward to having a great year with you guys. About our class, we have 9 boys in our class. We have 6 girls in our class this year. And I want to say especially a big welcome to the new families that we have here at Sacred Heart this year. We're so excited to have you join our class and to join our school. We're going to do a quick academic overview here just so you can get a feel for the different classes that we'll be doing this year and what we'll be doing for each subject. So for language arts, we'll start out with some reading assessments just to get a benchmark for where all the students are at. From there, we'll move into going through our classroom library to find books that are just right for each of us to read. We'll do a few novel studies throughout the year, like Charlotte's Web, which we'll do as a read aloud. In English and grammar, we'll cover parts of speech. Our spelling program this year is a rules-based program derived from the Orton-Gillingham method of spelling instruction, which basically just means there are patterns in words that we spell that make sense. And I will be sending home a parent letter that explains that a little further. Finally, we'll have some writing projects, which are one of my favorite things to do each year. The students will publish a personal narrative as well as an animal report of their choice. And that is always one of the student favorites. In math this year, we will begin with place value, as you often do. It's the foundation to all math understanding. We'll go through addition and subtraction, and new this year, multiplication and division. We'll spend some time with fractions, measurement, graphs, charts. I really like to utilize math centers here in my classroom, so students are having an opportunity to practice a lot of those math skills throughout the year. My last point here is on Reflex Math, which, as many of you know, is our online-based math program where students can practice their fact fluency. Most of you did utilize this program last year, and I really love it. It's something that I really promote here in my classroom. So as you see under that, I'm going to ask students to get 3 green lights a week, which just means they need to be practicing their facts at least 3 times. Usually 1 to 2 of those will be at school. Moving on to social studies and science, our big theme in social studies this year is communities. So we'll look at communities in the government that impact us, communities through geography, and how can we be good citizens in our community. In science, some of the main units that we will study are about forces, plants and animals, which is where we'll write that animal report. We'll do a large unit on the weather as well. I really enjoy using experiments, lots of hands-on activities here in class, and right now in our schedule, I have STEM Fridays, which will allow us to hit some engineering standards and be able to work with our hands. Another point about social studies and science is that in third grade, I typically rotate between a unit of social studies and a unit of science. So it's really not very easy to manage both of these at the same time. So I will make sure to communicate to you whether we're doing social studies or doing science. Other academic notes, religion this year will be taught by Mr. Evan Bomberger, who, as some of you may know, is my younger but taller brother. So really excited to have him teaching here at Sacred Heart this year. We will be having an extended art period this year. our art day is Monday afternoons, and we will have a longer period than we're used to. So that will be great. On Tuesday afternoons, we'll be doing the Rosetta Stone program, where students are able to study a foreign language of their choice. So that will be a really great addition to what we do with foreign language. Another academic area this year that is new is our leadership program. You may have seen some information come home about this in weekly emails. Focusing this year, we will focus this year on what we call leading self. So developing ourself through virtues, through good habits, to prepare us to be leaders throughout our life. And you can see a few more points there about how it really works together with the virtues program that we've utilized in the past. Our discipline procedures for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade are the same. So if you have had a child who has gone to Sacred Heart here for 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, this system is something that should be familiar to you. For families who may not have had a student in these grades, I'm going to briefly explain what we do in terms of discipline. So my policy, as is with all of the upper elementary, students will always receive a warning for any sort of infraction, any sort of misbehavior. Our goal is not to get children in trouble. Our goal is to help them make good choices. With that warning, if we've given 1, if we've given 2, and we've said, you know what I expect you to do in this situation, and you're not choosing that, I will need you to pull a card. And when we say pull a card, each student has a set of 5 index cards that they keep in a pocket. Each card that is pulled for one infraction is noted in the white envelope that comes home each week. So as you can see here on the slide, after 5 cards are pulled, a student will have a silent lunch, which is one of the ways that we encourage students to think more deeply about the behaviors that they've been exhibiting and how they can correct them. After 5 silent lunches, a student would stay after school for detention. So it's not a free out, it's definitely something that scales up. And as I mentioned previously, the white envelopes include a behavior report in the file folder. I write down on Wednesdays, so the report will be from Thursday to Wednesday of each week. And this is a system that, if you're not familiar with, may take a little getting used to, but if you have any questions about it, please feel free to reach out to me. Homework and absences, this is something new that we are highlighting this year for Sacred Heart. Our assignments and our homework will be uploaded to our LMS software daily. LMS is the program that we utilized last year during remote learning, and it is what we will continue to use this year as our communication tool with you, the parents. I will, for each subject throughout the day, write a short description of the activities that we did, of the topic that was taught. So parents, if you're curious what's going on in the classroom, you can absolutely log in and see that. If a student happens to not be at school, in that case, they will be able to see what they missed. In addition to that, your student will be given an agenda, a planner for them to write down their homework assignments. We really utilize that here in 3rd grade, and I know Mrs. Hersey did in 2nd grade as well. In your agenda, the student will have the login for and password for the LMS software, so that's where you can find that. And as I said, if you're absent, if you missed anything, you can check LMS to get the details, and if you miss any handouts or worksheets, they will be here for when your student returns. And so I'm going to stop screen sharing and give you a chance to ask any questions that you might have had about the academic portion of the presentation. And if there's no questions, then I'll take you for a quick tour around the classroom. So if you have any questions, you can send them in the chat, or if you'd like to raise your hand. No, so far so good. Benny, do you have a question?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, what is it?
Oh, what? So Kevin was here. I was in Twilight house. I was like about to go home. So and you were talking. So I said, Kevin, you will get me later. You will pick me later. So when I'm done talking with you, I'll call Kevin here and pick me up.
All right, Benny, thank you. Did you have any questions about school?
No, nothing.
Okay.
No.
Thank you. All right. We will do a quick classroom tour. As parents, most of you aren't able to step foot here into the building. And bear with me as I just have my laptop here. I will come over to the classroom door so you can see what it looks like walking in as a student. What are the school supplies? Okay, I will be sure to answer that in just a second. Here's the view from the classroom. As you walk in, you can see each of the students' desks are nice and spaced out, and they have some supplies waiting for them. Over here to the left, you'll see our classroom library, which is organized by genre. I have some of my favorite books up and out for students to take a look at. Over here with the counter, above the counter, we have our Fact Fluency Club. As we memorize our multiplication tables, students are able to sign each of these letters and join our Math Masters Club. Here at the front of the room, I have my rocking chair and a document camera so I can project onto the board. I have my desk set here at the front of the room, front and center, so this is where I will be a majority of the day, safe, distanced, and near the whiteboard. In this corner, let me come up here. In this corner, we have some storage for the supplies that you see on the student's desk. Each student has a lap desk that's been provided, which is awesome. We can take them outdoors. And then a basket of supplies that we will use throughout the year. As we keep going, a little more storage. We have a prayer table with a few pictures and statues. And last but not least, I would like everybody to meet our class pet, Ellie the bearded dragon. Where is she? Oh, she's back inside her green rock. She just moved into our classroom today, so she's very excited to meet everybody. Along the back of our classroom, we have an area where I will organize math and language arts centers, headphones for Rosetta Stone, some more class organization, and a Lego wall, and a birthday chart. So here is what the classroom looks like from the back of the room. And I saw a couple of questions came in as we were doing this. The school supplies list is published on the school website. Somebody had a question about school supplies. I'm happy to send that after this meeting so you can look it over again. And then the other question, how would I like you to label folders and other supplies? Staff will help bring them into the building. So for tomorrow, I have a couple of notes. So parents, if you want to write these down, I'll also include them in the email. For the bulk supplies that are included on the list, I would love for you to put those in some kind of disposable bag because those will be put to a communal area. So those don't have to be labeled at all. I believe it's paper towels, Clorox wipes, tissues, that sort of thing. And then personal supplies, so notebooks, binders, folders, those sorts of things can just go into the backpack. And if you would like to label each of those things just first and last name, that would be a great help. I'll be providing some binder labels for the students for their binders, but everything else, if you just want to put their name first and last, that would be perfect. Is that helpful, April? Answer your question? Okay.
Yeah, I'm wondering if everything will fit in Harrison's book bag, but I'm just picturing him getting out with a lot of bags and stuff, but yeah. I guess there will be enough people to help them shuttle things inside.
Absolutely. Okay. We have staff members tomorrow morning dedicated to taking all the bulk supplies and bringing it to a common area.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Aslan?
Mrs. Michaels, we've had a horrible time trying to find Clorox wipes. Does anybody knows where we can pick up some? We would love to add that to your communal supply in the classroom.
And I would say just bring what you're able. If you're not able to find them, we understand it's hard for everybody. So don't worry about it. Don't lose sleep over it.
Thank
Any
you.
other, yeah, no problem. Any other questions about those sorts of supplies? I had just a couple more notes about tomorrow for Splash Day. If you would please have your child bring a water bottle that can be refilled. This is what we'll be using this year. In fact, the water fountains are taped off, minus a area where you can fill it up. So if you would just send your child with a water bottle, I have a place for them to store it during the day. Labeled would be best so it doesn't get mixed up with anybody else's. And if your child would, if you would like, in the cubby that sits next to their desk, if your family uses hand sanitizer, you can send a small personal sized hand sanitizer for a student to keep at their desk. They will be the only one who uses it. As we continue to stay safe, it might just be easier for everybody to have their own if they would like. And it looks like Walgreens and eventually Food Lion had Clorox wipes. So that's very helpful. Thank you.
It was hit or miss. That was tough. Yeah, that was really challenging.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah, it's not been easy. All right. So one other point I wanted to make sure that I mentioned to you tonight is that I just wanted to give you a brief overview of what we are doing inside the classroom and here at the school to make sure that your children are safe this year. Just a quick overview. It won't be the full document, I promise. When students are inside the building, they will either be asked to be socially distant, so 6 feet apart, or they will be asked to wear their mask. So what that looks like here in the classroom is our desks are spread out 6 feet apart. So when everybody in the classroom is seated at their own desk, masks can be off. It's safe, it's distant. Another time that students' masks are able to be off is when we're outside for PE and for recess. We will make sure that students know that social distance is the best policy, right? You shouldn't be right up close to your friends, but outside they won't be required. If you would like to wear your mask all day with the exceptions for food and drink, you are absolutely welcome to do that. You are welcome to do what you feel like is keeping you safe. So if you have any questions or concerns about that, be sure to let me know. I will continue to remind students about safe mask protocol, safe face covering protocol. The last place students will be asked to wear a mask in the building is in any common areas. So that would mean like anytime they're walking in the hall, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade uses the bathrooms that are closest to the office. So when they go down to the bathroom, we'll ask them to wear their mask. And if they're ever in the gym, that would be another place as well. Every single day when students and staff arrive to school, we'll have a screening and a temperature check for every person every day. Every person every day. So we're taking the best precautions that we can too in terms of safety. And something I wanted to chat with you parents about was making sure that you are doing a daily home screening with your child if you're able to. This can just be in the car on the way to school, asking them those questions that they're going to be asked as soon as they get to school. So, are you running a fever? Do you have a new cough? Just checking in with your child and getting a feel for where they're at. So when they get to school and they get out of the car and Mr. Culp says, "Hey, do you have a cough?" And they say, do I have a cough? And we'll help them decide. But parents, just as you continue to monitor your own child's health, that will continue to help us here at school make sure that everybody is as healthy as they can be. So does anybody have questions about safety specifics that I didn't cover, or questions that you had from reading the COVID-19 guide? So far, so good? Okay. And as I'll continue to tell you, please send me emails if you ever have questions. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you. All right. I have I'm going to open it up and see if there's any questions from you guys. Maybe not specific safety questions, but any questions about 3rd grade. Anything that you wonder, anything that you need to know? Students will go over a lot tomorrow, so maybe you might have questions that you have that we can answer then. Caleb doesn't have any questions. Not yet, that's okay. All right, wonderful. Well, I just want to emphasize again, I'm so grateful that we get to be back in school together. I've heard so many wonderful things about this group of kids, and I'm really excited to be their teacher. And I hope that we can have fun, that we can stay safe, and that we can have a great year together. Oh, Aslan, I see you have a question.
Yes, I know that their lunchtime is going to be earlier than it has been the past.
Right.
Can they still bring snacks to have, after lunch? Because I know there won't be a snack time before lunch.
Right.
Then earlier lunchtime, can they bring something in their bag to eat?
Right. So our lunchtime is at 11:30 this year. So we have the first lunch slot, 11:30 to 12. You're right, we don't have a morning snack. If you would like to pack a snack in the afternoon to eat when you're like at dismissal, I think that that's totally fine. We won't take a designated time here during class to eat a snack, but in the past, I've had a lot of students stick a bag of chips in their bag, pull it out as soon as they get outside and eat it at Carline. That was a great question. Snacks are an important thing to have knowledge about.
What will the schedule look like tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. So drop off is between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. Teachers and staff will be available to help with supplies. Students will come on down to the classroom. We'll get started around 8 o'clock, going over safety procedures, hand washing, a couple get to know you activities. We will take a break for snack. We will take a break for recess. We will get started organizing our desks and our lockers and just review all of the new protocols that are here with us this year. Make sure that everybody runs through it and feels safe.
So yes, a snack tomorrow.
Yes, there is a snack tomorrow. Yep. I believe our snack is at 10:30.
And Benny, I have to ask, what kind of cool animal have you got? Will you show it to everybody?
No.
Animal that you have?
No.
So you do not have to bring your supplies tomorrow, but I would encourage you bringing your school supplies tomorrow. Somebody had a question about that. I would encourage you bringing them tomorrow. If you don't have them bought, that's fine. You can send them next week if you would like. Yes, snack is provided tomorrow by the school. I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear.
That's fine.
We are
Thank
providing the snack. You don't have to send them with anything. Okay.
Awesome.
Yes. Very good. All right.
I think Dad has a question over here now, Mrs. Michael.
Yes. Hey, Aslan.
Wear uniforms tomorrow
Yes, uniforms tomorrow.
and next Thursday.
Yes, and next Thursday.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right, third graders. I can't believe I finally get to call you third graders. How does it feel? Feels
Good.
good? Hey, I have a sign on my door, and I believe it. Grade 3 is the place to be. Jake, did you have a question? Was your hand up?
I was gonna say that I was just gonna say that if we can eat the snacks in the car rider line or not.
Yes, you can eat snacks during car pickup time at the end of the day. So that's at 3 o'clock you can eat a snack if you pack it
Okay.
during the school year.
But can it not be like a really big snack?
That's up to mom and dad. It does not matter to me how large your snack is. Good question, Jake. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll be sure to send out all this information in an email, and don't hesitate to contact if you have any questions or concerns. See you tomorrow, third graders. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
If we